Future faking is where someone promises you something in the future with no intention of following through on their promise. Their only intention is to manipulate you by making you do things for them or tolerate their behaviors due to your desire to receive what they promised to you and your fear of upsetting them and thus losing what was promised. Future faking is often used at the beginning of a relationship where they build rapid attraction. It can be done by a player just to get you in bed by making you believe they are seeking a long-term relationship, or a narcissist wants to hook you before you see through them. They often listen to what you desire the most and then promise that to you. It could be having children with you, traveling the world, taking you to exotic places, or just not being like your ex. They paint such a fairy tale future for you that you will think you are the luckiest person in the world to have found them and that they are interested in you. Thus you will tolerate far more abuse from them because you will believe what you stand to lose is so great. You may even be willing to endure some abuse by telling yourself it is what you have to give up to get what you want. Unfortunately, the abuse will get worse and worse over time as you slowly adjust to each new normal while still clinging to the hope of your fairy tale future. Often there is pressure for the relationship to move at an accelerated pace with a hint that if you do not play the game, then you will forever lose them and what was promised to you. It is an all or nothing approach where they smother you with love, and if you want to take it slow, they pull back fully. The shock of going from so much attention to nothing will make most people give in to the demands just to get their attention back. This often gets you to do things you would not normally do, such as have sex on the first date, excuse bad behaviors, and overlook warning flags you will later regret you did. In the relationship, future faking is often used to keep you invested in them by constantly promising you a bright future or to do things for you. They may get you financially dependent on them by telling you they will support both of you so you can focus on your studies. Then you quit your job and they refuse to pay for your studies or hold you back. Often when you start heading for the door, they will start to dish up those aces that you have been waiting for so long. Maybe it's that long-awaited engagement ring or the trip to Mexico. Unfortunately, their ego and jealousy knows no bounds and they feel compelled to screw this special moment up for you. They may refuse to have a wedding your way, or change the plans at the last moment, or refuse to see the attractions you want to see on your vacation and spend all the time in the hotel or at the bar. At the end of a relationship, they may promise to change and claim what a wonderful future you will have together if you just give them a chance to change. They may even claim you are throwing that bright future away by wanting to leave. Of course, they will soon go back to their old ways and blame you for not supporting them so they can change. Family members, bosses, friends, and co-workers do use future faking as well. Your boss may claim that you will have wonderful perks, but then those perks never come. A friend may keep promising you next time they will pay you back. Or family keeps promising next time it will be your turn, or they will help you with buying a car or a house, or help you pay off your study loan if you just help them out first, but that day never comes. Future faking is sometimes used with foreshadowing or hinting. The narcissist let you come to a conclusion without them actually committing to anything. Your partner may say, "I think we will make great parents together." Or your boss may say, "You can easily make management if you work hard." Your partner didn't commit to having children with you, nor did your boss actually say you will make management in this company. But you may have assumed that is what they meant, and when you finally question them about it, they place the blame on you for assuming things. Dealing with it. It is not always easy to know if someone will do what they say, as often what is promised may be years into the future, such as claiming they will want to have children with you, then it takes ages to get married, and then there is excuse after excuse. 10 years later you finally confront them with an ultimatum and find out they never wanted children. They just selfishly stole 10 years of a life and possibly your opportunity to have children. What you need to do is look for past behaviors as well as if they keep their promises on small things. If they have a history of not following through on their word, especially on small things, there is a big chance they will not follow through on larger things. Another thing to look for is if they actually take steps towards your goal or what was promised. Maybe you plan to buy a house together. Are they saving up their money to help towards the down payment? Or they promise to have children but don't want to go into the details of picking names or learning anything about parenting. Any avoidance to talk about it or take steps towards the goal are red flags that they may not intend to follow through on their word. Confront them directly about it. If they refuse to talk about it, blow up at you for bringing it up, or make promises but take no action, chances are high they do not intend to follow through. You will have to decide how much time you're going to give them to act and what you will do if they fail the deadline. For big things you need to set hard deadlines, such as studies, buying a house, getting married, and having children. The longer you wait, the older you get, and the harder it is to study and build a career. The older you will be before the house is paid off. The older you will be when your children grows up, and so on. Some of these you also need to factor in the time to start from scratch, such as it may take you a year or two to find a good new partner. And then you may want to be with them for a year or two before having children with them. So you cannot afford to be jerked around with fake promises for 5 or 10 years. It is your life and opportunity slipping by, so always look at actions, not promises. Memory hijacking. Memory hijacking is mostly used by players who are just looking for sex, or by very manipulative people. It is a form of gaslighting. We build connections with people through the positive events we share with them. The more positive experiences we have with a person, the stronger the connection and the more we like them. This is why narcissists love bomb you. The experiences you may get from a normal relationship in 5 years, a narcissist can cram into 6 or so months. That's why the relationship moves so fast and you fall so fast and hard for them. It is an overload to your senses, as no one has ever given you so much attention. You may say, we barely met, but I feel like I know them for ages. To fast-track love bombing even more, a narcissist can take positive experiences you have had and get you to imagine them in it. Say you tell the narcissist you went to the beach last year and enjoyed it. They may claim, oh, just imagine how it would have been if I was there with you. We could have done X and Y and so on. And then they paint an amazing picture for you that you imagine. You both go into make-believe and get so excited about how wonderful it would have been if a narcissist was there with you. They now partly override your perception of your old memory with them in it. Each time you think back at that memory and think how it would have been with them there, you strengthen that new image. Eventually, the old memory is hijacked and used to build a positive connection with them as if that event did happen. They can strengthen it even more by using future faking. They may now and again make you think about that event, such as saying, I'm still thinking of how much fun we would have had at that beach together. After some time, when they know you have thought about being with them at the beach, they may say, you know what? I've decided I'm going to take you to the beach. This causes you to use a past positive memory and boost it even more to create a super positive expectation of a future with them. You just future faked yourself. And since you did it, you wholeheartedly believe this wonderful experience will come true. And you will come up with a bright experience than they can ever suggest to you, as you know what makes you happy. Done right, players can get you so excited and feel such a strong connection to them that you throw all caution to the wind and give in. Coupled with keener escalation and nagging, you may find yourself under the sheet shortly after meeting them while believing you found your soulmate. Narcissists will also hijack bad memories. In this instance, they may listen to you complain about how your ex or another person ruined the day or did things to you. The narcissist then claims they would have done the opposite and get you to imagine a better experience with them. They now get you to compare a negative experience with another person to a positive experience with them. Even if they do nothing special, they look good as you compare them to a bad experience. Say you tell them you were driving and missed an off-ramp that made you late for a party. Your ex yelled at you and then told everyone at the party how useless you are driving. The narcissist may tell you that they would never yell at you or embarrass you like that. Then they may say, imagine how much more you would have enjoyed the party if you had a kind and understanding person like me with you. That behavior is nothing special, but it looks pretty good compared to what you did experience with your ex. Dealing with it. If someone tries to get you to imagine how things would have been different with them, it is a warning flag. It is normal for people to say, I would not have done that or behaved in that way, but to then create an alternative story, such as, we would have then done that, and I would have done that, and you would have done that, and you would have been so happy, is memory hijacking. An even bigger warning flag is when they try to get you to believe a positive experience you had would have been even better with them in it. They are trying to get you to believe that even though you thought your life was great, you were actually missing out for not having them in it. They are tainting your positive experiences in a bad light. That can cause you to later think when the abuse starts that you have it better now as your past was not that wonderful in any case. When someone says you would have had a better time with them there, they are actually telling you that you cannot be fully happy on your own or with other people, that your happiness is reliant on them. That is egotistic and you should be wary of them. If they try to get you to imagine a different experience, especially if you two barely know each other, it may be wise to take a step back from them. For normal people do not try to rewrite your past with them in it. They focus on a bright future with the two of you together and then actively take steps to make it happen. Rewriting your past is gaslighting you, and promising a future without delivering on it or taking action to deliver on the promise is future faking. Both is abuse and will ruin your life.